What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Friends play Sly 2 Band of Thieves Part 17. We are now starting the jobs for Episode 5.
That cabin may seem rustic, but don't be fooled. It's the control center for Jean Bison's trade empire. Sneak inside and raid his files. You're sure to find out where he keeps his clockwork parts.
Ransacking his files doesn't sound hard. Now, climbing up a sheer rock wall? That'll be a challenge.
You're in luck. Before Jean Bisson took over, this used to be a popular destination for rock climbers. Some of their old wall hooks are still around.
I'm guessing I just jump and hit the circle button to latch on.
That's right. And remember to lean back before you spring off the hook. You'll get more altitude.
Thanks for the tip. I'll give it a try.
And so that teaches you about the wall hooks. What it doesn't teach you is that you can move around a little bit. You can see how far you can actually move in each direction, so that does help get the angle right, especially like on like in the previous video where you sometimes can't get the angles.
Jackpot, Sly. That's Jean Bisson.
Looks like he didn't notice me come in.
Just stay out of sight and take a picture of each of his trade routes. They should narrow our search for his share of the clockwork parts.
All right, I'm on it.
Hello, Arpeggio here.
Salutations, Mr. Arpeggio. Y'all got time to shoot the breeze?
Of course, we do jump always. Although must we communicate through that dreadful speakerphone?
Yeah, I can think better while my legs move. Pumps blood to your brain.
Yes, of course. One must keep blood in one's brain. But do tell, is there some pressing matter you'd like to discuss?
First off, are you still coming on schedule to get that Northern Lights battery?
Yes, we're well underway. I believe should arrive at the end of the week.
Bullseye. For second, when you gonna give me a look-see at that clockwork brain of yours? I'd sure like to buy it off you.
We saw you covetous troglodyte. You've already got the lion's share of the parts. Would you take my meager portion of the robotic bird for your own and strip me of all my earthly pleasures?
Easy there, partner. You're all up in a lather. It's just that I found some real use for the clockwork parts I got. Why, I put 3 of them in the engines of my best trains. With those robotic doohickeys feeding the fire, them trains will run all night and all day. I call them my
Sly, did you hear that? Bison's hidden the Iron Horse blueprints in his trophy vats. Head for the fish on top of the fireplace and steal those plants. Sounds like you're making capital use of your share of the robotic loot. But for now, the clockwork brain stays with me on the blimp. Although, when I arrive to pick up the Northern Lights battery, I might be persuaded to give you a peek.
That'll do fine. By the way, you ready to giddy up into Perry for the final hoedown?
Yes, the blimp's hypnotist wavelengths conform to the specs drawn up by the Contessa, and Dimitri, before his unfashionable capture, did a bang-up job of distributing spice through his nightclub.
Sounds like all you're missing is some Northern Light electricity.
You're correct, sir. Yours is the final piece to the puzzle. The missing link. Once the battery is aboard, nothing will stand in the claw gang's way. Paris will be ours.
Yeah, okay. So, I guess I'll be seeing you at the end of the week.
Right. Farewell, Bison. Still up a bit. Ta-ta.
Alright, almost thought
Excellent. Now get out of that cabin before you're spotted.
if I had messed up that dialogue there. I didn't want to. I wanted to. That's why I was not saying anything and just kind of standing still, trying to make sure that I wouldn't skip it.
After analyzing Bison's decorating techniques, I think we'll find the other trophy bass above the mantle in the 2 remaining cabins.
Alright. There shouldn't be any more dialogue because Jean Bisson shouldn't be in the cabins, but you never know. And I believe one of these cabins should hold the safe for the next power-up.
Yep, just like I thought. Get to the fish above the mantle and steal those blueprints.
So since these are just enemy random guards, you can actually, I think you can actually fight these guys. I'm not sure though. You may not be able to. Okay, so that's where the safe is. Let me see. Just trying to figure out how I get up here. So you can see these maple syrup jars can be, if you break one, the enemies can hear you. So if you want to try to do this stealthily, you want to make sure that you don't break them.
2 down, 1 to go.
Well, it doesn't really matter now, and it doesn't even matter. Whoa. Okay. Well, I apologize. Just give me a moment. It seems the game froze. That's never happened before. Alright, so I'm back here. I'm going to go ahead and get this real quick.
John Bison's in for another rude awakening the next time he checks in this vault. The code should be 129.
The game did actually freeze. First time that's happened.
You've gotten the music box move.
I'll go ahead and take a look at what it does real quick. Music. I think it puts guards to sleep if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, the game did freeze. The first time any of the Sly games have actually frozen like that. At least I'm playing the Sly Collection, which is the PS3 version and the HD version, and I'm gonna go ahead and let me save. Oh well. I had to restart my system, and when I came back, I had to redo. I had to get all of the clue bottles again, and I had to get everything. I had to do everything again, like I had never. The 20 minutes, I guess 26 minutes it had taken me to do everything that I just did, of in-game time, counting the clue bottle video, and then the little bit that I've done in the first part of this video. You add all that together, and that's what I had to redo again. But this time I'd lost the clue bottles because I didn't go exactly the way that I had the first time. I thought, well, I already know where everything is, so I will just go ahead. And I didn't grab that piece of treasure because I forgot where it was, and I said, well, I'll just go ahead and start the video. It's taking me long enough because I had forgotten where the clue bottles were.
The last trophy box is above the fireplace. Be careful.
Attention all cabin guards. I've heard tell from the boys at Ponderosa Cabin there's someone been in my hidden blueprints. Everyone stay sharp. This ain't no summer camp. I don't pay you boys to lollygag while there's a thief in these parts.
And I had forgotten where 2 were, so it took me a lot longer than it did last time.
Exceptional work, Sly. That's the last of the blueprints.
None of these guys have any loot on them, surprisingly. I remember the first time I played this game, every one of those guards except for one had loot on them, and that was a pain to try to get all of them. But you don't have to kill them all. You can do all this stealthily and just get out. It doesn't really matter.
Armed with all 3 blueprints, we should be able to isolate and track the Iron Horse trains through that satellite dish.
Top of the mountain, huh? Shouldn't take long.
I still won't be able to get that right now because they won't let you get any treasure while you're on a job for whatever reason. So yeah, that's where I'm at right now. and I'm surprised it won't let me save. Sadly, the game doesn't auto-save for you, so you want to make sure that you save periodically whenever you can. Like the only way to save is by buying items in the store or saving and quitting, which of course I don't want to do right now. But nothing else will save the games, or save the game except for possibly completing jobs. That may be the only way that the game auto-saves, or another way that the game auto-saves. But I'm not 100% sure. So you definitely want to be very careful. That's something that I've never talked about because I never had to worry about it before, but it's...
Appears to be the only way up. Keep an eye out for those rock climber wall hooks. They might be useful.
So you definitely want to be very careful with this game.
This is great. We've got total access to the train's GPS system. It's all on my computer. Head back to the safe house. I'll crunch some numbers and give you and Murray the rundown.
And so, of course, it'll take me back to the safe house, and we'll have to sit through get into the setup jobs.
Thanks to Sly's efforts, we now know the location of all 3 of the local clockwork parts. 2 lugs and a stomach. John Bisson has grafted each piece to the engine in one of his iron horse trains. This improvement allows the trains to run all night and all day. We won't have the luxury of sneaking in while they're stopped. While they're in motion, the only way aboard is through a hatch on the caboose roof, which unfortunately has been locked down. These need to go. First, collect the spice gas from the balloons above town, and then land on the back of the caboose to blow off the locks. Once the way is cleared, I'll suit up and jump into Iron Horse number 1 while it passes near town. With some luck, we'll have the first clockwork lug in a few hours.
So this is how that's gonna go. You got to do it little by little. I'm pretty sure I have to do Sly's job first, and that might be the only one that we have available to do. It looks like it, unless one of these jobs you'll have to play as Murray at some point, or play as Murray at some point. And since I'm already here, I guess I can go ahead and, if this is the right cabin. No. Sadly. Well, I'll go ahead and I'll get that piece of treasure later.
Sly, it's awful. I can't believe it.
Slow down, Bentley. What happened?
Murray, he went out looking for a snack and got captured by Inspector Fox.
Carmelita? She's here? Don't worry, Bentley. I know how to handle her.
But I don't know where she's locked up Murray. I'm used to having all the facts.
Calm down. Carmelita's not cruel like the Contessa. I'll follow her without being seen. She's bound to check on Murray sooner or later.
Okay, that's a good plan. Just don't get caught too. I don't want to be alone again.
Yeah, this is a pain because you have to follow her, and you're gonna have to make sure that you don't get seen, and you can't just camp out. You can kind of see the way that she searches. You can't camp out on the train tracks because of the trains. You just have to follow her and be careful not to get seen. If you get caught in her flashlight or in the light, you will get seen. So you want to be very careful. But that's pretty nice that all the coins that she collects goes to you. The only real problem with this mission is just that it's very slow. You see the way that she searches is very slow. Or the way that she walks slow, and then her search pattern is very slow. She's got to stop and search all around her. And her light goes out a good ways, so you want to be very careful there. believe if I can get up onto the wires, I should be okay, and the wires should lead me to where she's going. As long as she doesn't jump up on the rooftops herself. As long as the game doesn't pull any BS and say, oh, well, because you can't see her, you can't follow her anymore. Now, if you alert any guards, I believe she will come oh, crap. She'll come running in your direction of wherever she hears the noise at, so you want to be very careful about alerting guards. I'm not sure. I may not be able to. Okay, so you can see that's where Murray is.
Hey, criminal! You doing okay in there? I know it's tight, but you won't get shocked if you hold still.
I'm okay. And thanks for that bag of jelly beans. I was starving.
Won't be long now. Once I bust the other members of your gang, we'll get out of here.
I'm grateful for the jelly beans and all, but aren't you on the outs with Interpol right now?
I'm an honest cop. Busting the Cooper gang will prove my innocence and show everyone that Constable Neela set me up.
You mean Captain Neela? I hear she got promoted.
Whatever. Just sit tight. I'm going to look for your pals.
Murray, I've come to break you out.
Fat chance. This thing is triple padlocked and Inspector Fox is carrying all the keys.
Come on, buddy. You know I'm an expert at pickpocketing.
She's tough, Sly. If you manage to get a key, you'd better run for it. Carmelita's sure to notice and chase after you.
Leave her to me.
Alright, so all I have to do is just follow her and pickpocket all the keys. You just want to be careful and make sure she doesn't find you. Now, I believe you're going to have to run.
I felt that thief.
Run far enough, and I believe if you run, it's kind of like with flashlight guards. If you run far enough, you should be able to escape her. But unlike flashlight guards, I don't think there's
I
a.
don't know where you went, but I know where you're going. Jail.
Okay, well, to say I don't think with flashlight guards you can actually climb up to a spot to escape her. You may be able to though, but I'm not 100% sure. Come on, sit still. There we go. And now just run.
What's this? Cooper?
Oops, crap. I believe you should be okay as long as you don't get shocked, and even if you get shocked, I don't think you'll, I don't think you'll get caught, but I'm not 100% sure. It may be if you die.
One slip up and you're mine.
I guess you may not have to run actually quite that far. As long as you can get up high enough, you may be able to escape her. But she's kind of like with Rajan, where she can jump up on different, jump up to different areas to get you.
What? My keys.
And this time, of course, just run. Don't worry about her. And of course, you do get a key, or not a key, a trophy for stealing all of her keys, and she's still after us. Because that stinking flashlight guard.
Sooner or later, I'll get you.
just climb back up here by going this way.
Thanks, pal. I was getting a Charlie horse standing in that box.
My pleasure. You know how I love to mess around with Carmelita.
Yeah, that's weird. See you back at the safe house.
All right, so and now you're gonna have to worry about Carmelita walking around, around the level. See, she will walk around in different areas of the level, and you'll have to worry. You know, she's just another obstacle, kind of like the bears, except the bears actually stay in one place. She doesn't. So figure out where this next job is. Hate to climb all the way up here just to figure it out, but okay, there we go. I would like to go ahead and grab that other piece of treasure real quick, but of course I didn't even jump in the right direction. Ah well.
Okay, Sly, we need to break into the Iron Horse trains, but the only way in, through the caboose, is locked. To blow the locks off, you'll need to collect the ultra-unstable denatured spice gas from those balloons floating above town.
How am I supposed to get up there to collect the spice gas?
Murray's already commandeered this ice plane. Jump on its strut, and he'll fly you up to a good paragliding altitude. Oh, and strap on a special vacuum backpack. It'll automatically collect the spice gas after you pop the balloon.
Sounds like fun.
Once you've collected enough gas, you'll have to land directly on the train's caboose.
Why directly on the caboose?
Denatured spice gas is very unstable at lower altitudes. Unless you land on the caboose, you won't have time to get the gas tank to the lock before it blows up.
So you're saying I either land on the caboose or get blown to bits?
That's correct. Chemistry can be a harsh mistress.
So this is definitely a pain because
Hang on tight. We're going up.
it's hard to get the landing. The collecting the gas isn't that difficult. You know, once you get used to it. Once you get used to it, it's not that difficult. I think all you have to do is just, well, yeah. The collecting this, you know, once you figure out how to actually do it, it's not that difficult. I think all you have to do is just.
Spice gas is lighter than air. Popping balloons should keep you aloft.
I'm not sure if you actually have to collect all of the spice, all of this spice gas or not. Oh, okay. You can see the tank on your back. I guess has to be full. There you go.
You've got a full tank of gas. Time to land on a caboose.
And I should be able to get to this one. I believe you paraglide a little bit faster. You paraglide faster than the trains move, so you shouldn't have to worry about that.
Get back to the ice plane. 2 more cabooses to blow open.
Doesn't matter which trains you hit first, as long as you hit the trains, and you don't even have to land on the targets. All you have to do is just land on the caboose, anywhere on it. Oops, black and white again. All you have to do is just land on a caboose, and you should be okay. I don't think wasn't sure if I was gonna be able to hit that one or not, to be honest. And so thankfully you can bounce in the air. Come on, turn around. even when you don't have your paraglider out, but you kind of lose some of the benefit of staying in the air because you don't have your paraglide out. So you only want to let go on certain circumstances like there. That would have been a good time to let go. Thankfully, all I should have to do is, thankfully, stinking black and white. There we go. That should work. I believe I've lost my train of thought. Oh yeah, it checkpoint. It saves where you are, depending on which train. Just on the trains that you blow up. So if you mess up, you can keep redoing this. This you can see the trains that don't have the. Sadly, all the trains are still active crap, and you can't actually land on all of them. If you land on one that you've already broken into, you will have to restart. So you do want to be very careful and try to time where you're going to land and when. There's one train car away. Man, this stinking black and white is... And I don't believe it matters if you overfill the tank. You can use the balloons to help gain altitude to try and land easier. You don't gain any. There's no bonus for actually hitting the target, so it does not matter if you hit the targets or not. Where's that ice plane at? Okay. There we go. So of course this will be the hardest. Because I believe the balloons will be scattered in a different pattern, as well as the train's route. This will be the hard train's route. I believe, I know the balloons' patterns will be different, so that will make trying to gain altitude a little bit more difficult. But thankfully it still should take the same amount of balloons to fill the gas tank up. That shouldn't be a problem. And there we go, so...
You're full up on gas. Target the last caboose.
I can either... This isn't going to work, but this should. If I'm going to hit that wire. And I'm not sure if you'll actually fall through that wire or not, to be honest, so it's best if you just don't hit the wire.
Yes, you guys did it. All the Iron Horse trains are unlocked.
Oops. I'm surprised. See, I was surprised whoever that was didn't see me, but sadly they did. This is a good time to break out the electric cane move because that kills enemies in one hit. Yeah, I'm pretty sure even big enemies. Yep. So that's why the electric cane move is very useful. Okay, so now we're going to have to change to Bentley. Well, since I'm already here, I'll just go ahead and do that. and I'll pick up that last piece of treasure off camera. I've already got it on camera, so it doesn't really matter. I can get it whenever I feel like it.
Attention, men. This here's John Masson. That was a quality job you boys did unloading.
Let me see. Let's try to get the backpack. Put that with L1. Snooze. Well, there we go.
Supplies on them boats. Soon enough, I'll have one of them special iron horse trains go by and take it all up for distribution. Stay sharp. This here's quest business is taken care of. We'll have ourselves a hunting party. Go out into the woods and kill us some bears, eh?
There we go.
According to this timetable, Iron Horse number 1 should be passing by any time now.
I see it. It's moving awfully fast.
Just jump on the caboose and go in through the hatch. Piece of cake.
See which one is Iron Horse number 1. I think. There we go. I'm pretty sure you can jump anywhere on the train, but it's just usually best if you just go ahead and jump on the caboose. Makes it a little bit easier. What the? Why in the world did it throw it all the way over here for? I was gonna say doing that wasn't gonna be a bad idea, but actually it seemed to work. So I definitely did get pretty lucky and just somehow got the timing right with all of the. I'm not sure that'll hit him actually. Yeah, I didn't think so. No, I didn't think you could actually put guards to sleep in this. Here, I wonder why they're not actually going for me. But you can knock them off the train, so that makes it a little bit easier fighting them, and you can actually just sneak up to them and knock them off the train without them even knowing. There is no bonus. There's not a trophy tied to that, so don't worry about trying to do that. It just makes it easier to fight them as Bentley, but you don't even have to fight them. You can just keep moving. Now, of course, this you'll have to fight. And I'm pretty sure you can be knocked off the train as well, so you want to be careful. Ah, really? I was hoping that would work. Huh. Yeah, see, I definitely got really lucky again. Surprised these enemies aren't actually trying to come after me. Yeah, they'll just walk off the side for me. Sadly, there's not a stealth kill for Bentley. This is where a thrown bomb will actually work. That worked. I don't think it was the right type of bomb, but at least it worked. So you have to be very careful going through here. just... Ah, really? There we go.
Outstanding. Chalk up one strange robot organ for us, and one less Iron Horse train for John Masson.
So that worked out pretty well.
Things are going great. We've already stolen one of Jean Masson's 3 clockwork parts. However, Iron Horse 2 and 3 are going to be a little tougher to crack. First, I'll need to hop aboard Iron Horse 2 and do a little preemptive RC chopper strike to clear out the air defenses. Once cleared, it'll be up to Sly to work his magic in the interior to get at that second clockwork lug. Hurry, you'll need to trap some of the local bear cubs in order to unlock a nearby hand car. We're gonna need it to catch up with Iron Horse number 3. But don't worry, the cubs won't be hurt. Although I can't say the same for the guards.
Alright, so that's what we're going to do in the next video. I'm going to go ahead and end it here. I will talk about the job, or I'll talk about the trivia for the jobs that I've done so far. Of course, as best I can, you know, these levels don't necessarily always have trivia, or these jobs don't necessarily always have trivia tied to them. Let me see. Alright, so we'll start with cabin crimes. Cabin crimes is a job for Sly in Sly 2. Raid John Basson's files to find where he keeps his clockwork parts. Goals: break into Basson's cabin, photograph train routes, collect all 3 blueprints, climb up to the satellite. Trivia: after completing this job, any character can go back into John Basson's cabin and attempt to fight him. However, he is invulnerable and cannot be defeated. I actually didn't know that, so that's useful. So we'll go to Spice in the Sky. Spice in the Sky is a job for Sly 2. Spice in the Sky is a job for Sly and Sly 2. Objective: the only point of entry to each of John Basson's Iron Horse trains. Hatches on the caboose roofs are locked down. Spice gas is being stored in balloons above town. Pop balloons to collect gas to blow up the locks. Goals: collect the locks on the trains. So no trivia or notes there, so we'll go to a friend in need. Friend in Need is a job for Sly in Sly 2. Description: find where Carmelita is holding Murray, then pickpocket her keys and free him from his cell. No trivia, so we'll go to the next job, which is Ride the Iron Horse. Ride the Iron Horse is a job for Bentley and Sly 2. Objective: it's Bentley's turn to pull off a train robbery, steal the first clockwork lung from Iron Horse number 1. Goals: get into the train and steal the clockwork lung. No trivia or note, so I thank you for watching. The challenge to the video is, how many balloons did it take up to fill the gas tanks during the Spice gas mission, whichever mission that was. I don't remember the name of the mission right now. Next time we will go after we'll start the next set of jobs. So until then, later everyone.